My neighbor has been using my house as her fake alibi for 3 months, and I just figured out what she's really doing here. Lauren started showing up at my door 6 weeks ago with Tupperware full of food. Lasagna, casseroles, brownies, always at weird times. 9 p.m. on a Tuesday, 6 a.m. on Saturday. She'd hand me the dish, chat for exactly 4 minutes, then leave. At first I thought she was just friendly, then I noticed the pattern. She only came when her husband's truck was in the driveway, and she always looked over her shoulder before knocking. The third week, she showed up at 11:30 p.m. with banana bread still warm from the oven. Just wanted to drop this off before it got cold. Who bakes banana bread at 11:30 at night? I took it because I didn't know what else to do, and she stood on my porch talking about the weather for exactly 4 minutes. Then her phone buzzed. She looked at it, and her whole face changed. I should go. Thanks for chatting. She practically ran back across the street. I watched through my window as she walked into her house. Her husband opened the door before she even reached it, like he'd been watching. I told my wife about it the next morning. She said Lauren was probably just lonely. But lonely people don't show up with fresh baked goods at midnight. Cheaters do. It made perfect sense. The weird hours. The nervous glances. The way she'd invent reasons to be at my house, then rush back when her husband texted. She was building an alibi. If he ever questioned where she was, she could say she was at the neighbor's house, and I was the neighbor stupid enough to confirm it. I started paying attention after that. She came over 11 times in 2 weeks. Always when his truck was home. Always with food. Always exactly 4 minutes of conversation. Once I timed it. 3 minutes and 54 seconds. She checked her phone, said goodbye mid-sentence, and left. My wife said I was being paranoid, but I knew what I was seeing. The pattern was too obvious. Lauren was having an affair, and she was using my porch as her cover story. I even started keeping track. Tuesday, 7:15 p.m., meatloaf. Thursday, 6 mud a.m., muffins. Saturday, 10:45 p.m., soup. Then last week, she showed up at 9:30 p.m. with cookies. But when I opened the door, she wasn't holding the container right. Her left hand was shaking, and the Tupperware was tilted at a weird angle. She handed it to me with her right hand only. Sorry for the late visit, I made too many. Her voice cracked halfway through the sentence. I took the container, and that's when I saw it. Her left wrist, purple and swollen. Finger marks in a perfect circle like someone had grabbed her and twisted. My stomach dropped. She saw me looking and pulled her sleeve down fast. I'm so clumsy. Fell carrying laundry, but she wouldn't make eye contact, and her hands wouldn't stop shaking. I stood there holding cookies I didn't want, and everything I thought I knew rearranged itself in my head. The weird hours, the nervous looks, the exactly 4 minutes rule. She wasn't sneaking out to meet someone. She was sneaking out to breathe. Lauren. My voice came out quieter than I meant it to. She looked up at me, and I saw it. The same expression my sister had 15 years ago before she finally left. Pure fear. Do you need help? She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again, then her phone buzzed. She looked at the screen, and all the color drained from her face. I have to go. She turned and walked back across the street. I watched her husband open the door again. He didn't smile, just stepped aside and let her in. The door closed, and I stood on my porch holding cookies, feeling like the stupidest person alive. I called the police the next morning and told them what I'd seen. They said they'd do a wellness check. 2 officers showed up at her house that afternoon. I watched from my window as Lauren answered the door, smiled, and told them everything was fine. Her husband stood behind her the whole time with his hand on her shoulder. The officers left after 5 minutes. She hasn't been back since. It's been 9 days. Her husband's truck is still there every night, but I haven't seen Lauren at all. Not in the yard, not at the mailbox, nowhere. The lasagna in my fridge is still sitting there. I can't bring myself to throw it away.